is the injection pump. This is the heart of everything. It's mechanically driven. One change of plans. We called over across the way, and they're not gonna be able to look at the pump for 2 to 3 weeks. So
don't wanna sleep in, cause I got something to prove. I gotta take what I hate and finally make a move. I think of you and all the shit you don't do. Well, I'ma make hella sure that I don't become you. I have no regrets, yeah, I'll tie up my chest. I'll never forget what it's like to be in debt. Been stabbed in the back bed, I'll show you what happens. Pass me the mic and I'll show you with action. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go.
all right, so where we left off last time was we were having some parts ordered. I don't know if I got into it. So basically our number 3 injector line, our high pressure was leaking. So we got these new lines in, got it all back together, fired it up. It's running now, it's idling. The miss is gone, so it's definitely my miss as I was losing fuel pressure on a number 3 right here. This is where it blew out. So that solved the miss. But now we're still having a slight throttle hunt. So basically setting idle, stuff like that. We're just getting a little throttle hunt here and there. Okay, so for those who don't know, these old mechanical diesels, they're really generally pretty hard to shut down. They usually run them into the ground basically with low oil pressure, whatever. They just keep humming along. But this right here is the injection pump. This is the heart of everything. It's mechanically driven, 1 per cylinder. It shoots fuel. It dictates when the fuel comes out, how much fuel comes out. When you hit the throttle, this sends fuel out. Anywho, that's the heart of the engine. They're really expensive to rebuild. It's basically, with this style, it's basically a small engine with pistons and stuff that feeds the big engine. So I've been skeptic of it for a while. For those who don't follow along, the engine had to be torn down because seals dried up from this thing sitting. So I'm almost wondering if some seals are dried up in there or it's worn out. These you have to add motor oil to separately. And so if you're not on it, you can run it low and score stuff. They can get diluted with diesel fuel if you don't change it as often, and also score stuff. Anyways, so in the back of my head, I've been kind of wanting to get the injection pump checked out. So anyways, touch base on the gear hunting. The gear hunting is going to have to be something here. We're not getting air in. Injectors are great. They're flowing now. We know we got good lines. We're not leaking. I have always had a slight seal leak on this pump, which I've wanted to replace, but not enough to send this pump out. So when I fired up this time, though, I don't think I'm sucking air in specifically because it's just welling. But you can almost see here is these delivery valve holders are kind of wetting. And so what I think happened is I almost think one of my seals is going in here. I tried to tighten it down, but you actually need a delivery valve socket. I need to order one. They're pretty expensive socket. I think they're like 60-70 bucks. And so yeah, I think it's tight, but it is welling a little, right? I don't think it's actually getting air in, but it is welling up a little. So it's I don't think that's causing the idle hunt. It could be something, a number of things in the pump that could have gone. Could be a governor issue. Not sure, but everything is inside this injection pump. So at this point, I'm gonna remove the pump. We talked about making our jaunt home, or not home, but to our old dock where we have resources, family, friends that could drive us around to get parts, all that stuff. And I just don't want to push it. It's winter time here. We're obviously hopping around, but we want to work all these bugs out now before the summer nice weather comes. So I've been skeptic of this for a while, just with some of the gremlins this boat has. The motor has only 1,200 hours on it, so the motor's worth saving. So at this point, we mentioned repowering the other one. Priced repowered, I just can't justify it. I am able to find parts for this. Anyone who has the same motor happens to it, is you can find tractor parts, but they got to be like classic tractor parts. So most of the parts for this are from like a 55 to 60 Ford major tractor. Is the closest thing I can find. So to give you an idea, like you can find them in antique tractor places and stuff, but it's not the easiest stuff to get. So we're going to continue forward on this. It's running good now again. It's just got a little idle hunt. It's it's one of those like slight things that it may run just fine, but I just don't want to push it. We reached out again here to see if we can stay in the dock. They said that's fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this thing off. That was kind of long-winded, but I just want to let you know what's going on. So we're going to pull this off, and I'm going to take it over to Seattle across the bay. I'm going to throw it in the backpack, jump on a ferry, take it over there, see if they can go through it. One of a couple things are they may just pull it apart. All the hard parts look good. They throw a few seals on it. It's good. We know it's good. And then we'll fire it up and just give her hell. And then when it gets back, it should fire up, will be good. That's one thing is sometimes you just got to throw parts at it. You start with the cheaper ones, you work to the expensive ones. But at the end of the day, it's the last thing to replace. It's such a crucial part that I think we're just going to go through it now while we have the resources just across the water here. So yeah, I'm going to take that over in the morning. I'm going to take it off now. Alright, now I got a big chunk missing. This big bastard here, it's not light. So I've got it off. Make some clothes tomorrow. I'm gonna get it cleaned up now. Nothing real to say about that. I'm gonna get cleaned up and then I'm gonna pack it on a ferry and go find a injection shop. So I'm doing the good walk over to UPS. Change of plans. We called over across the way, and they're not gonna be able to look at the pump for 2 to 3 weeks, so want to be able to start. So the thing with this injection pump is pretty sure it is our issue. If not, we've weaseled out everything else. I mean, it's really gotta be our issue, but with the way these things are put together, it could be anything from worn out hard parts to some bad seals, like letting the plungers leak to where they're not giving full pressure to the engine. So I didn't expect them to get out right away, but I was hoping I could at least get them to crack it open. They're not too hard to tear down. The seal kits for these things, O-rings, gaskets, and everything are only $40 or something. I mean, they're really not that complex. It's the metal parts that get expensive and hard to track down. So anywho, I reached out to them hoping to be quicker, where I could just run it, beat shipping, drop it off, and go pick it up. But yeah, I said the fastest he could even look at it in 2 weeks. So I called to Northland, who did our injectors. Really like these guys. I just want to avoid shipping just for time. They said that they can put a rush on it. These guys are awesome. So they can put a rush on it, which makes it mean I gotta take the little over mile walk to UPS to go send it their way. They're gonna crack it open, and then if they need parts, hard parts, most of their stuff comes from the East Coast, which is a bummer. If you're familiar, we're on the West Coast, so shipping across the states. So he said I can expedite shipping, so I told him just to go ahead on that. So hopefully we can get this thing wrapped up within the week. Hoping, but we'll see. So that's what I'm up to today. I'm gonna mail this thing off and let you know when I got an update.
After Tony got back from dropping off the part, we decided, just spur of the moment, that we were going to take a ferry, because it's literally within walking distance from where the boat was at, to go ahead and head over to Seattle for the day. We haven't been there for years, and we thought that the kids would have a great time and get our minds off of all of the stress of the motor and everything. And so we went ahead and just said, well, let's just go ahead and do it. We're already stuck here anyways. So this is us just spending our time in Seattle.
So funny how far away it all was.
If you've ever been to Seattle before, you know this area here. It's called the Miners Landing, and it's right on the pier of Seattle, right on the waterfront. It's just a really cool, unique place where there's a bunch of shops and restaurants, and it's really fun for kids to. Obviously the carousel, which we later do take the kids to. And it's very nostalgic too, because me and Tony remember being taken here by our parents when we were kids.
Land This is the gum wall that everyone's fascinated with. I think it's disgusting. Gum everywhere. Don't touch it. Alright guys, come on. Farmer's market. Good grab. No, we don't really have much. Oh, you got your bag.
Let's follow the pig.
Follow the pig prints. Follow the Winky Road. The Winky Road. Look at all the seafood. Okay. Yeah.
There's a giant piggy bank.
This is a giant piggy bank.
He's made those fun.
You guys all gotta stay close. Bro, stay close. Stay warm. Look at the octopus. Don't touch. Don't touch. Wish and throw it in, okay? Make a wish, don't say it out loud and throw it in. Make a wish, don't say it out loud. In your head. Throw it in. Okay? You guys do this? Rosie?
Yeah.
I'm starting to rain. Is that fun? You got your own horsey?
That's going up and down. Oh no.
Yeah, I almost fell.
Look at the horsey.
Yeah. It was fun. Guys get nauseous. Your mommy get nauseous? A little bit, yeah. Ew, this thing's cruising. You guys having fun? This is legit. Is it? It's too short for videos. I'm not nauseous at all. You're nauseous. You guys having fun? Yeah. Rosie pony? You got good taste, girl. Is that your Rosie pony? Yeah? You having fun, girl? Yeah.
Don't wanna sleep